Hey, hola, ¿qué tal? Bueno, ya regresamos. Estamos acá ahora sí estamos en Johan Bistro y vamos a ver si me escuchan bien. Espero que sí, porque hay un poco de sonido por todo lado. Voy a ponerme mis iPods para que me escuchen mejor y podamos tener un show fabuloso. So today, let's see, we are improvising. That's what it is all about when you're doing a live show. So, but the great thing we thought about doing it here was because it is okay. Let's see if as I said, this is live, totally live. Um, we have people selling stuff, all kinds of stuff. Okay, yes, my iPods are connected, so you guys should be hearing me pretty well without the sounds from everywhere else. And let's just start everything really nicely right here. Ok, estamos de regreso. Todo súper bien. Acá en Johan ya están preparando el delicioso rice and peas. Tienen que venir a probarlo, que está baratísimo, riquísimo. Y obviamente tengo que saludar a mis grandes amigas que están por acá. A ver, se me perdió el... Aquí está. A ver, Steffi, ¿cómo estás? Y yo sé que Steffi está trabajando, así es que muchas gracias por estarnos viendo, de verdad que sí. Y por supuesto mi gran amiga, socia y colaboradora, doña Pame. Eso, por allá andan en la playa, vénganse a comer este delicioso rice and peas que está morti. Bueno, les contaba que hoy vamos a hablar de bastantes cosillas, entre ellas, no sé si han visto por ahí una producción que hizo la cervecería, en donde ellos ahora están tirando la cerveza con la etiqueta al revés, y entonces la gente se está quejando y está diciendo que cómo es posible, que qué fue eso, que qué pasó. Pero aquí está la explicación de la cervecería sobre qué fue lo que pasó y por qué es que ahora las cervezas vienen con la etiqueta al revés. Veamos.
Una aclaración a nivel nacional sobre un tema que ha generado mucha conversación. Aquí a mi lado tengo una botella de Imperial, la cerveza de Costa Rica, la cual dicen en redes sociales que tiene un error porque la etiqueta está al revés. Hoy les quiero confirmar algo, no es ningún error. La colocamos así con toda la intención. Imperial refleja lo que vive Costa Rica. Simplemente lo hicimos para hacer alusión a que durante los últimos meses hemos sentido que el mundo se puso de cabeza. Lo positivo es que lo podemos enderezar juntos. Así como somos capaces de darle vuelta a una botella de Imperial para ver el logo de su etiqueta como debe ser, también podemos darle vuelta a lo que estamos viviendo. Por eso hoy más que nunca nos toca reinventarnos y soñar en grande. Somos costarricenses y no es la primera vez que enfrentamos grandes retos juntos. Desde nuestra empresa estamos tomando todas las medidas para ayudar a la reactivación comercial, turística y social de nuestro país en los lugares donde más se necesita nuestro Pura Vida. Ese que es único y que nos impulsa como ticos a jalarnos hacia arriba en los momentos difíciles. Solo me queda invitar a cada uno de los costarricenses que me está viendo a ser parte de la solución y a disfrutar lo bueno que nos espera si trabajamos juntos. Pura Vida.
Vieron qué bueno, aunque el mundo esté de jupa, nos vamos a reinventar, de verdad que sí, si lo dice la aguilita, la cervecita nuestra que es tan exquisita, Pensemos en eso. Ya llevamos 6 meses y probablemente esto no está terminando todavía, así es que póngase las pilas, trabaje más duro, hágalo todo con mucho empeño, que lo vamos a lograr. Y para lograrlo hay que comer bien, hay que estar bien alimentado y tener el sistema inmunológico súper fuerte para que corona no se nos venga a meter al cuerpo. ¿Y cómo hacemos esto? Una chica fascinante que vive en la Florida, que se llama Zoe y tiene su segmento de plant-based cooking, nos va a hacer el día de hoy la receta sobre kale, un kale salad. El kale, yo creo que le decimos kale igual acá, ¿verdad? Kale o kale is one of the most nutritious vegetables. Is it a vegetable? I don't know. Somebody tell me. Is it a vegetable? Who else is there? Let's see. We have Steffi. ¿Qué dice Steffi? Steffi dice, así es. Ay, qué fuerte. Ay, voy a tener que ponerme la doble tracción porque está como en azul y no lo veo bien. Así tampoco lo veo. No, ahí está. Así es. Aquí estoy en el trabajo, pero como siempre, ustedes lo pueden leer porque yo no puedo verlo. Anyway, because I'm looking into the screen, it's kind of complicated. Pero de todos modos, kale es súper nutritivo, muy importante comerlo y se puede comer de tantas maneras y todo funciona, las florcitas, el tallo, se pueden hacer hasta kale chips y de todo, pero que no se los diga yo, les cuento, vamos a ver, vamos a poner por acá a doña, le digo yo porque verdad que es como una doña, la Zoe.
Hi and welcome back to Zoe's Plant-Based Kitchen. Today we're going to be making a kale salad with a homemade creamy avocado dressing. This salad is super fresh, super yummy, and this dressing is one of my favorite dressings, not just to put on salads, but to use in different recipes as well. So let's get started. So for our first step, we're going to start making the dressing. So we have a blender here, and we're going to add a whole avocado into the blender, just like this. And the great thing about this dressing is that it keeps in the fridge also for a few days. So if you have extra left over, you can still use it on other recipes. Then I have some basil, parsley, and I have some apple cider vinegar, garlic, olive oil, and then there's a half of oil. Then you're just going to blend this on a low setting until it's combined. Okay, so once you finish blending your dressing, it'll look a little bit like this. And then just want to plop it into a bowl. And then you're done with making your dressing. Okay, so now that you've finished your dressing, it's on to assembling your salad. So I have some freshly cut and green kale right here. I'm just going to add this to a bowl.
It'll launch from here.
And then we're going to add some olive oil, salt, and some pepper. And the reason why I'm adding this now is so to soften the kale so it's easy to eat. So you just want to massage this with your hands. And then once you massage and evenly coat the salt, just want to let it sit for 2 to 3 minutes, and then you can get on to finishing your salad. So now that you've finished massaging your kale, you're just going to add the rest of the ingredients. So you have some diced onions. And then we have some sunflower mince that I marinated, and some oil and vinegar and a little bit of seasoning. And you're just going to drop those in there as well. then finally, you have your dressing. You can add as little or as much as you like to the salad. And I like to toss the dressing in the salad so it gets evenly coated. The last step is you're just going to combine it with the spoon or whatever utensil you want. And then once it's all combined, you are done. Now that you finish combining your salad, it's time to eat it. Just gonna place a couple of spoonfuls of the salad onto the plate. And if you want to add a little dressing, perfect time to do so. And there you go. Your kale sun-dried tomato salad with homemade dressing.
¿Qué les pareció? ¿Verdad que estuvo delicioso? And lo que pasa es que when you're having such delicious food that is so nutritious, you're helping your immune system. So back to, let me just, I wish you guys could see, I would take this, I'm going to have one of my assistants take this light up here so that we can actually be able to see. My assistant is looking at me like, what you talking about? Anyway, okay, so we talked about, what else did we talk about? I mean, this live on location is a new thing, but it's happening. It's fun. It's good. We were talking about, let's see, Pame nos puso algo, sí, ¿verdad? I'm gonna ask my assistant to read the messages maybe to me, and then, because I'm just not good at it, but he's like, ok, Pame dice que hasta qué hora tendrán, hasta qué hora van a tener el Rice and Peas. I don't know, we should ask. Johan, ¿hasta qué hora va a haber Rice and Peas? Hasta que se acabe. Mentira, Pame, dicen que ya casi no queda. O sea, qué pena, pero van a llegar súper tarde. Creo que no lo van a lograr. So, I'm sorry, ya casi no queda nada.
Ya venimos de 50 ya.
¿Ah?
Ya tengo 50 encargados.
Ya le encargaron 50, so I don't know what to say, guys. So anyway, okay, vamos a hablar ahora un poquito de, are we live? I think we're not live. Can somebody tell me if we're live? I see that we have other people here. See, I see my computer doing weird stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna continue to talk until somebody checks on their phone and tells me if they see that we're live or not, because I normally have a little thing there that tells me I'm live. Okay, I'm back. Yes, it says I'm live. Okay, so entonces hablamos de eso hoy. Hay otro tema que es muy importante que de verdad tienen que considerar, and this is both for the locals or for any foreigner that actually lives here in, and this is not just Guanacaste, this would be Carrillo. Las personas que viven en Carrillo, resulta que para este 30 de septiembre, for this September 30th, there is a, okay, let's start from where, with all of the issues that happened starting with the corona time, there was a law that was created to help each municipality to give their own regulations of how they were going to help their constituents. Our municipality said that they would have programs where you could pay after 4 months, so that, I mean, you would still owe your money, but you didn't have to pay it now, and there would be no fines if you did that. What we're requesting, and what really should be, is that for that time, especially for businesses that were closed, they were closed because the government had them closed, so they made no money. Why would, if I could not open my business and I could not make any money, why do I need to pay taxes for something that I didn't have a chance to even make money to pay for those taxes, correct? So basically, in reading that law, and this, we got to thank the president of the Chamber of the Carrillo Coastal Chamber of Commerce, Freddy Barahona, because it was analyzed within the chamber and the group of business owners that the law had one little option, and that option is that you have to personally make the request. To do this request, you have until September 30th. Today's the 26th. You have 4 days. Most of you foreigners that come and live here in Costa Rica, you start becoming very tico, where we do everything at the last time. But this time it's important. We're going to post the form so that you can, if you have land or a business and you pay municipal taxes, this form needs to be in the municipality of Carrillo before the 30th so that they can consider not charging you for the taxes during the time that you were closed, or during at least those 4 months that have been the crucial times. Okay, so I'm gonna, at the end, if we have the time, because right now we're at 15 minutes and there's a lot more stuff we need to talk about, we will talk about it. But please, I will be continuing to talk about this, and on Tuesday, the day before, we're going to have a live show also with the Mr. Freddy Munoz. He used to be a regidor. I don't know how you say regidor, but he used to be a big honcho at the municipality. Sorry for saying it that way. But he's going to explain, we're going to explain, and we'll have a live conversation where you'll be able to come in and ask your questions, and we'll talk about the form, what the form needs to say, and how it needs to be filled out, so that you can go ahead and take advantage of that. So with that said, let's go to something more fun. Okay, although yeah, because paying taxes is not fun. It would be if you don't have to pay them, but anyway. Okay, so what's next? Let's see. Let's talk about real fun stuff. Did you know that we are opening the airport? No, the airport is already open, but very few flights. Very few flights were flying in or out of the airport. Now, starting October 1st, and I will try here and get my info to show you exactly how what is going on with the new dates that we'll have. Here I have the chart, if I can find my mouse. There it is. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday, not Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we are having flights coming from everywhere. We have flights on, let's see, but it's not, okay, starting on the 1st, or some start on the 8th. We will post this chart as well, so you can see exactly what are the dates and days. But as you can see, at least the government is trying to help us to get some better ways of getting not only tourism in the country, but also those who need to fly out. But basically, we have American Airlines that is going to start flying, because all we had was United. So now we'll have American. KLM is also starting, and I think those are the ones for now. But not only are there the 2 airlines, but there are more flights from different places. Also, the other important thing is who gets to come in and who doesn't. And for that, we also have that information right here, so you'll know which countries are allowed to come into Costa Rica and which are not. So, we had a little issue. Okay, so we have los países de los cuales pueden entrar las personas al país. Esto fue desde el 1 de agosto. Tenemos Alemania, Austria, Bélgica, yay, Canadá, Dinamarca, Eslovaquia, Eslovenia, España, Estonia, luego Finlandia y Francia, Grecia, Hungría, Islandia, Italia, Letonia, Liechtenstein, Lituania, Luxemburgo, Malta, Noruega, los Países Bajos, Polonia, Portugal, el Reino Unido de Gran Bretaña e Irlanda del Norte. Qué bonito, ¿eh? Y la República Checa, Suecia y Suiza. Esos son, diríamos que son los países de la zona Schengen, que son los que tienen la posibilidad de ingresar al país. El requisito, the requirements for these countries to come into Costa Rica is to have your COVID PCR COVID exam that had to have been done 72 hours before. You need to have your insurance and a proof of where you're going to stay that has already been paid. So it's not that much that you need. The other important information is here regarding the U.S. On September 1st, we know we had New York, New Jersey, New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, Connecticut, Maryland, and Virginia. A couple weeks ago, then Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Colorado, Washington, Oregon, Wyoming, Arizona, New Mexico, Michigan, and Rhode Island were included. So these are the states from which Americans could come in, or anyone, I believe. But if it is a U.S. citizen, they would have to prove with their driver's license that they live in that particular state. And starting next week, California, Jamaica, Ohio, and Mexico will be allowed to come into Costa Rica. So little by little, and in a very short, in a very pausado, in a very paused way, we are letting more tourists come into the country. Now remember, this information, for example, the flight information, that is until the October 31st. Because November 1st, we don't know what's going to happen. Maybe some guy who's running for president again might have la vacuna, and maybe everybody will be happy and we'll all be able to come in, and this flu will be over. Nah. Anyway, so what can I say? That's the information regarding the airport. Coriport is the organization that manages the airport, so from them we can have any information, and as soon as if we have more, we would also provide you with that information. If you have any questions, please let us know, so that we can also continue to find out about it. Most people want to know, most of the people who want to know, have this information, are either tourists or residents and U.S. citizens that have big interest with Costa Rica. You have your homes that are being managed, or any such other things. The last thing I want to say about this, we have had people contact us and ask us, hey, should I go ahead and book my ticket? Should I go ahead and buy the insurance? Should I go ahead and, I mean, if you're not coming to Costa Rica until January, if you're not coming until April, don't go and do, things that you won't need until a few days before you leave, because everything keeps changing and changing and changing. So it is important to make sure that because you might get an insurance now, and then by the time you come in January, you needed something else, and not that kind of insurance, but a different one. So just keep watching Pura Vida TV, and we make sure and keep you informed, so that a few days before you leave, then you can, for example, the form. There's a form that you need to fill out. You can only fill it out 48 hours before you leave. If you're leaving a week from now, the form, once you enter the date, it won't let you continue. It has to be done 48 hours before, because of course it's a health issue, and that is very important. Now back to Johan's. Very few rice and peas left. They've already ordered about 50 of them from them. So if you really want it, please go to Facebook. It's only 4,000 colones, but this is the best rice and peas. And it's called peas because it's a Jamaican dish, and it's the peas, these black-eyed peas, are the closest to maybe beans, so it sounds a little bit similar. So we call it rice and beans because we use beans, but the real name is rice and peas. And our chef, who's very busy over there, but Wendy has made it so delicious. I mean, it's so amazing. So if you really want it, you need to order it now, because it's about to end. And what else do we need to talk about, guys? What's our time? We're at 20 something minutes. I wanted to show you something important about oh my god, mussels in Brussels. That is one of the most amazing things that I did get to do while I was there. Let me just go ahead and find it for you, and we will, let's see, where do I have it? Right here. the mussels in Brussels. We had so much fun. When we got to when I got to Brussels, it was quite okay. Let me get this out. There. Getting there was pretty interesting. I told you on the last show, the U.S. is very nonchalant about the whole situation regarding COVID. I do realize that I did get a text message that only said, here's a code so you can go get your test, and you should, not mandatory, not, you should self-quarantine for 14 days. That's all I got, period. So that's how it happens here. On the other side, getting back to Costa Rica was quite interesting. I'll give you some more information about that. But I felt very proud of being a Costa Rican from the moment I got to the airport. The way it was managed was very organized, very professional, very technological. The way everything was entered. Also, the way they did once you got to the counter. Very sophisticated how you went through that thermometer machine, but it did a lot more than that. It could scan your face, and then it would compare it with your passport, and then it would take your temperature, and then you'd get a check or an X saying that. And on the plane, United did a great job. They have these HEPA filters that they guarantee it's very difficult not very difficult. They guarantee the pureness of the air. So if you're wearing your mask, which yes, I have my mask here. I'm just trying to be a little so you guys can hear me. But I'm keeping my distance, so it's all good. This is for the show. So on the plane, it was amazing. And then getting to Costa Rica, the only thing is it took forever, but it was because of all that needed to happen. We will have a segment on that because it's a little bit funny too. What do you do for 3 hours on a line at immigration at the Costa Rica airport with a whole bunch of ticos? Trust me, it was fun. But anyway, let's go to, let's open this here. And let's go to our mussels in Brussels.
Right, but just a little bit, not too hard. It has to stay white. It can't get brown. You have to stay white.
Like 2 minutes behind. I mean, I don't know exactly, but like you can see, you're still talking.
Yeah, normally that's true.
And all of my,
Oh, is it doing it?
started out.
It's important not to put too much. Yeah. You can put more, but not too much. You have to have please 15 to get ready. When you put too much.
But if you're speaking
You see it, everything is inside now. And now you have to
well, like they do on the movies. I mean, I don't know.
We don't need the language.
Belgian potato you don't have in Costa Rica, excuse me. You have your white potato in Costa Rica. No, we have to cut slices.
So what is the secret? What is the
The secret of French fries is the baking method.
But why are you calling French fries?
Because it's the name in English.
Okay. But the real name is
Fries. Belgian fries.
Belgian.
We cut slices.
Why do people call them French fries?
I don't know.
Oh, I know.
You know?
Yes.
How you know?
I'll tell you in a minute.
50 degrees.
150 degrees. Very
You
important.
get them soft. You get them really soft.
Okay. Step number 1.
This is 180. So I start with 150. I put it inside. Just put it in, stick a little bit. So you don't get sticky. You are going.
So when you're done,
When I'm done, normally some people put it in a, I don't know the name in English. Drainer. But I put it in here because the fat stays in the press and I have to put it again. So
the other one. Little secret.
Oh, you don't have it's almost ready, not yet.
Special sound.
You have to sing.
They sing to you.
Sing to you, yeah.
They're delicious.
More potato. When you plant one potato like this, potato, not tomato.
Yeah.
After 4 months, you have 17 potatoes like this from one potato. Small potato.
Only 4 months. Delicious potatoes.
Delicious.
La primera vez que vine a Bruselas fui a comer a Canoca, que Canoca es como un lugar así todo pipi, que se come como ir a los sueños, digamos, allá en Costa Rica. Y comí unos mussels muy grandes, muy ricos, con sus papitas y todo. Pero la verdad es que el ingrediente más importante es comer con los amigos. So what I just said is, the first time I had mussels was in Canoca with Mr. Derek, and there was a sushi place with the french fries on this and that. We had a whole kilo. But the great thing about eating mussels is you eat it with your friends, and you enjoy it with your wife, and you have the very important notes like save water and champagne. And that's how you have the best mussels. Great friends, great food, wonderful times. In Corona time!
Yeah! Sweet one.
So you can see, people do enjoy. Mr. Blerick was enjoying his mussels very, very, very much. And as he should, because they were so delicious. De verdad que los mejillones estaban exquisitamente deliciosos. Y creo que aunque los mejillones no son de Bélgica, los traen de Holanda, porque en Holanda son más ricos, más grandes, pero esa forma de prepararlos, como los hacen ellos, es delicioso y es así que se comen con las papitas fritas, que ya vieron que no son francesas, son belgas, pero en fin, es delicioso. Es como el pinto de nosotros, son los mussels en Brussels, aunque estábamos en Ghent, pero Ghent, que se llama. Les enseño ahora un mensaje muy lindo que tiene Essential Costa Rica, que se llama El Lugar Perfecto. Y de verdad que, pero ese lugar perfecto lo tengo que buscar por acá. Es que estoy haciendo algo nuevo que yo sigo probando y probando para ir perfeccionando. Porque como saben, para mí, vamos a ver, el lugar perfecto es here. No, el lugar perfecto ya lo tengo aquí, yo me acuerdo, si lo subí. Vamos a ver si sale. Listo.
Tal vez el lugar perfecto no existe. Puede que solo sea una idea que cruza nuestra mente al contemplar algo que nos conmueve, que se acerca a nosotros en un momento de paz, que surge al conectarnos con nuestra esencia. Tal vez el lugar perfecto no existe, pero si existiera, ¿de qué estaría hecho?
L'endroit parfait est fait d'harmonie. La conviction de faire partie d'un ensemble bien plus grand que nous.
المكان المثالي مصنوع من التنوع. نهوض نسق من الأفكار والأحلام الجميلة والمعقدة.
Der perfekte Ort besteht aus Inspiration, dem Antrieb, unsere Gegenwart zu verstehen, die in der Hoffnung auf eine bessere Zukunft verwurzelt ist.
完美的地方是努力的，始终做到最好，为了自己，也为了我们身边的人。
The perfect place is made of talent. The belief in our collective capability, reflecting the success of every one of us.
Todos sabemos que el lugar perfecto no existe. Tenemos que construirlo. Se crea caminando juntos y animando a cada uno. Se crea en el compromiso inagotable. Perfecto. Será.
Ok, I'm back. Pero vieron qué lindo, ¿verdad? La historia, o sea, lo que es Costa Rica, que sí, es el lugar perfecto. ¿Existe o no existe? You guys should tell me. Does the perfect place exist or does it not? So we know Costa Rica, I love it because of course I'm Costa Rican, but it is in the heart of many, many, many citizens of the whole world who want to come back fiercely, and we're doing our best to make you come back. So another thing, remember, we are here at Johan Bistro, and I was just told by, oh, and here she is. Yes, come, qué dicha. ¿Ves? Perfecto. Por acá está Wendy. Vamos a volver esto un poquito por acá para hablar un ratito juntas. Cuéntanos cómo les ha ido.
Muy bien, súper bien, un éxito, todo vendido hasta el momento. Así que para la próxima, que lo disfruten.
Será la próxima,
sí,
porque ya próxima. Hoy el que no pidió ya se quedó sin nada.
Sí, exactamente.
Pero sin embargo, estábamos diciendo que aquellos que vivieron el programa y que de verdad decidan venir a probar, porque hoy es especial, porque Wendy es la chica aquí que nos hace esta delicia de rice and peas caribeño, pero las delicias de Johan son muchas otras, ¿verdad? Tenemos el sushi, tenemos las crepas, tenemos ese sándwich delicioso, steak sandwich, que lo amo. Entonces, el que viene y menciona que lo vio en el programa se va a ganar unas deliciosas crepas, ¿verdad?
Sí,
por lo menos para que las prueben, porque hay de todo tipo y riquísimas. Y Wendy, te dejo para que vuelvas a seguir trabajando.
Continuamos. A la próxima.
Exacto. El que no comió rice and peas ya se lo perdió.
Para la próxima.
Chao,
estén atentos que en cualquier momento volvemos a hacer.
Y se sigue anunciando, exacto. Ok. Bueno, ya vieron. So now you know, I mean, sorry, but there's no more. It's gone. It's over. It's gone. They had over 50 orders and there's no more. So, but if you are watching this show and you are in Playa del Coco here, just what, like 100, less than 100 meters from the beach, you will find on your right Johan's Bistro, and Johan's Bistro is the place to come and have. I mean, there's nothing that you could not find that you wouldn't like, because there's so many things. They have to me, honestly, and I keep saying this all the time, it's not because I'm here, the best sushi ever is here at Johan Bistros, but they have their very bistro-like steak sandwich. It's got the juice from the steak that you can put into not pita bread, but focaccia bread. It's so delicious, yes. And she just said, if you come, you say that you were watching it on Pura Vida TV, you get some delicious free crepes or crepas. So come on down. They're open I don't know, but it's on Facebook. We'll look it up and find out, and I'll let you know in a little bit. Now, I think we're over time, and we really, really, really need to go. We talked about almost everything that was important. There was another theme. Yeah, we have some time. This is about, it's called alfabetización digital. ¿Cuántos de ustedes, how many of you, and this is more in Spanish, but I think it's very important. So much has happened since we were born up until now, and technology has become so important to everyone. Anything that is digital is really important. There's this course called Digital Alphabetization, and it's something that if you feel that you don't know much about your phone or your computer or how to connect, and you're still using faxes and